Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the Building Inspectors Network webinars. Today's webinar, we are joined by Ms. Marisha Robers, who is the CEO of NABISA and the founder of Gauteng Property Inspections. And today she'll be focusing on a very sensitive topic, which sometimes as building professionals we tend to avoid, which is about enhancing transparency, ethics, and professional registration. I don't want to take too much of her shine or anything. I'm going to play a small intro video of her as it speaks about her career and who she is and her life. You could just bear with us for a couple of minutes.
Introducing Marisha Robers, the dynamic force behind Gauteng Property Inspections.
Can anybody see my screen?
And a leading expert in property inspections across.
Okay.
Robers, the dynamic force behind Gauteng Property Inspections, and a leading expert in property inspections across South Africa. With her extensive experience in construction and inspections, Marisha has saved her clients hundreds of thousands of rands, making her an invaluable ally in the property market. Marisha is a NABISA Master Certified Inspector and an Executive Director of NABISA. She helped develop the National Building Inspector Qualification Curriculum and is an ITC certified roof inspector and asbestos inspector. Impressively, she's the only female inspector and the only inspector in South Africa with these certifications. Her services are a game changer for home buyers and property investors, saving them millions through meticulous pre-purchase inspections. Marisha's sharp eye for detail in snag list inspections and quality control during construction has saved homeowners and developers significant sums. Passionate about maintenance, Marisha offers 10-year maintenance plans for complexes and created the Proud Homeowner online maintenance program, which has helped homeowners save big on maintenance costs. She also has the book, The Proud Homeowner, to assist property owners further. Her expertise has earned her high-profile jobs like inspecting the Vietnamese embassy and ambassador's residence. Marisha has been featured on The Devi Show, All About Property, Mix FM's Building Joburg, Power FM's The Pubby Malloy Show, and in You Magazine. As a captivating speaker, Marisha has wowed audiences at various events, including sharing the stage with Robert Kiyosaki in Cape Town and Johannesburg. She's a regular at investor conferences, spreading her knowledge to thousands. Marisha Robers isn't just an inspector, she's your trusted expert, ensuring excellence and quality at every turn.
With an introduction like
Introducing Marisha Robers, the dynamic force behind Gauteng Property Inspections, and
with an introduction like that, I can actually add more to it. Instead, I'll just leave the floor to her to take over. Miss Marisha, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Okay, can you stop sharing your screen, please, so that I can share?
You may share.
There we go. Okay, let's just take that out of the way and how do I get to this? Is in the way now. Sorry, this thing is in the way. There we go. Okay, can everybody see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay, perfect. So I want to talk about transparency and ethics in the inspection environment. and why we need professional registration, and we then need input from our members on how we are going to solve all these terrible problems that we have. We have major issues and we need to solve them. Now, in my opinion, we have an illusion of compliance. My client received this occupancy certificate from the Madibeng Town Council, but there were so many issues wrong in the house. Now, the problem is that the clients think when they receive COCs and an occupancy certificate that everything is fine in their house until they start picking up problems. Now, in this case, on the building plans, they had specified that a solar geyser had to be installed. Now, as our inspector members know, that when a new house is built, you need to have 50% of the hot water must come from a source other than electricity. So normally they put a solar geyser in or a heat pump, or they do gas geysers. Very clearly detailed on the approved building plans, but this is what I found. A geyser without a geyser blanket as specified, and no solar panels in sight. There was also no insulation on the roof, which is another problem. Now, the electrician and the plumber issue their COCs in terms of the electrical installation and the plumbing installation, but nobody issues a COC whether the energy efficiency has been done correctly, whether insulation has been installed. And that is where, in my opinion, the inspectors from the town council keep on dropping the ball. So every property has its COCs and its occupancy certificates, and we still find dangerous buildings and buildings that are not done correctly. Why? Because on paper, everything is compliant, but not in actual fact. Let's have a look at that exact same house. These folding sliding doors did not have safety glass. None of the doors in the house which had glass had safety glass. The bathroom windows did not have safety glass, and all the windows lower than 500 millimeters from the ground did not have safety glass. Now, regulations are very clear. All doors, all side lights, windows lower than 500 millimeter, and all glass in bathroom windows, if the window is within 1.8 meters of a bath or a shower, must be safety glass. Yet, the COC was issued. In that same house, this was the front door and the windows as you walk towards the house. Those windows were on the ground and not safety glass. This was the walkway from the lounge area to the bedrooms, no safety glass. But the other problem was that these were huge windows. Each frame was about 1.2 meters wide, and the frames were not the correct size. These windows were so flimsy. When you opened the sash, the window frame went like this. A huge, huge safety risk. Yet, a COC was issued. So luckily, my client contacted ARMSA. They came and did an inspection. They gave the glazing company a month to fix everything. Otherwise, they would deregister them. The plumbing on that house was another issue. So the plumber issued his COC, and there were problems. I then asked, who are you registered with? Are you registered with IOPSA or with the Plumbing Institute, PIRB? No, he said he's not, but we can use this plumber as this plumber's number. Then he gives us another plumber with another registration number. I said, okay, same question. No, but now we can use this plumber's registration number. So the plumber that actually did the work wasn't registered with anybody. And the way he worked, in my opinion, he was not a qualified plumber. One of the major issues that I find in almost every single house that I do a snag inspection on is that the plumbers use concertina pipes behind the toilets. This is not allowed. The law is very, very clear about that. And when you tell the plumbers like that, they say, oh, and the reason they use concertina pipes is because they are not skilled enough to actually use the solid pipes. This is a big problem. So we have a culture of tick the box and move on. And unless we fix the foundation and the ethics in the industry, and we have proper registration of building inspectors and a qualification, we'll keep on having these issues. So let's look at the system and how it works, or rather how it doesn't work. The NHBRC handles residential newly builds, okay? Municipalities issue occupancy certificates. And then we have COCs issued by plumbers, electricians, glazing, gas, whatever. More often than not, those COCs are not valid. They issue them wrong, and the town council says, give me all the certificates, and they issue an occupancy certificate. So in cases where there are no COCs, for instance, the balustrades, the insulation, the energy efficiency requirements, who is supposed to check that? My opinion, the building inspector from the town council must check that. And he should check the house and say, how was this glazing certificate issued if the glass is not safety glass? And he should decline to issue the occupancy certificate. So we have a web of paperwork and we have no compliance. Now, the NHBRC, they are supposed to enroll all new houses, and they are supposed to do 5 inspections during construction. This doesn't happen. I did snag list inspections of a complex in Fourways, and we had major problems. There were about 275 units, and the first 150 units had already been constructed, finished, everything done, before the NHBRC realized, hey, there's a complex going up here. When are we doing inspections? And when the contractor wanted to start with transfers, the bank said, where's the NHBRC certificate? And there was none. The next problem came that occupancy certificates were issued in 2021 and 2022. But they started selling these units in about 2023 and after that. Now the clients have a problem. They move in, they have all of these things that are wrong. They send it to the builder. The builder says, go away. They report